I'm not even gonna try to come up with something to say. Let's just get into it. So where were we? I'm just I just need to think for once in my goddamn life. I We're at the part of the game where I am faced with the realization that I did in fact do a lot of things out of order, and now I have to face the consequences of that. But other than that, my day's been alright, I guess. I'm getting this close to thinking that there's something like actually wrong with me, because I've been I feel like I've been on this particular slump that I'm on for like basically the whole week, which is not normal. I at least have like something enjoyable happen, or feel a semblance of joy in my heart. Don't mind what I'm doing. If I was smart, I would know I'd have done things. But yeah. So anyway, back there. What was I saying? I'm saying a lot, and it's somehow not much at all. Okay. Is this creature okay? Shouldn't it be in the water at some point? It squeals when I hug it. It's not something you want. That is particularly it's not particularly encouraging when it comes to animals. Creatures twice cute as which one? Chu Pikachu. They could have tried to crush Ikue Otani's voice into the Game Boy Advance hardware, but I think they probably knew better. Have to wait a few more generations for that. I have a bicycle. Still not quite over the sound design there. Yeah. I do have to be the bearer of bad news as well, in regards to my possibly depressive slump. I knew the course of action I was taking by playing this game, that I would have to, as I've mentioned many times before, I have to be smart and say things good. Especially since there's not much action going on otherwise. However, as you can see, does it auto-equip the bike if I guess it does, yeah. Is it... It feels a little weird that I don't have, like, the muck bike, speed conversion from frickin', like, for frickin' Ruby and Sapphire. I think that again, I get used to what I'm like, what I'm raised with. Also, I'm very sad about this course of action. Me desperately trying to prove that Floatzilla can hold her own this early. This seems like a bad. This is more and more seeming like a bad idea. Oh, never mind. Okay, you perish. Those defense buffs are still part of. Those defense debuffs are still in effect though, so hopefully that doesn't become a problem. It did not. Coughing is too scraggly, and so is the move Smog. Sorry, I had to. You have your own bike. No. Well, I want yours too. I keep what? I don't know. Oh, this may be a bad... Never mind. Lapras is freaking based. No, I'll keep it going. Because why not? Why not? Boba Fett. Like the two Pokemon from the same family of Pokemon. Why not? What about that? More and more, I think I've kind of just you know, I'm being hit with the realization that there's not like enough of a variety in these like in terms of Pokemon. Knockout. Yeah. Pardon me, but I need to. I am a cheap ass, and I'm going to take advantage of free healthcare instead of the portable kind. I meant that jokingly. Everyone deserves free healthcare. I just kind of talked out of my behinds there. Is the bike even that much faster than running? It was just like a sign of the times before running became a thing. They had like they just had they didn't have running, and so the bikes were part of the things, whatever it is. Someone told me someone used that same line on me early, like at another point in the game, and it doesn't make me any more comfortable hearing it now. That might not be ideal. That was far less than ideal, actually. But no, I'd win. Uh-huh. You thought I was a mouse, but it was actually rat time. Rats, rats, we are the rats. Celebrating your birthday back. Here's what I... Oh, this is a big boy. I hate you. I still hate you. The hate in my soul only has the potential to grow, and not anything else. Something I've thought about, is like, because, there I go, jinxing myself into these bad habits, but, basically, you know, from time to time, I've been thinking kind of like, I don't know, how people view video games. If I was smart, I could probably put this eloquently. I want to say a specific phrase, but I don't know if it's correct, and I'm not gonna make a fool of myself, but like... So I'll just use the layman language. Something that everyone should be able to understand theoretically. Just by principle. Why not lay woman, am I right, gamers? Nice. So, yeah, so basically, I've noticed that, you know, maybe it's like some kind, like a form of sequel theory, like, cause like, you know, using Pokemon as an example, like, there's always discourse about which one's the best, which one has, hence, newer games are typically met with, like, scrutiny, even though, like, there are changes in these there are certainly changes in these games that I do highly appreciate, such as, you know, largely a lot of quality of life things. There is something to be said about the, you know, the process, I guess. I don't know, perhaps there's, like, in that aspect, there's no real point in comparing them just on their own. But rather just comparing each aspect of it. Another thing I thought about in this vein is, and you'll have to bear with me, I know it's kind of a leap in the conversation, Resident Evil. Like, I remember seeing commentaries and videos back in the day when Resident Evil 4 Remake came out. It was like, oh, this game is like, so, oh, this game is like soulless, it's just a rehash of an old thing. And then Requiem came out, and they're like, no, RE4 Remake's combat was better. And I'm like, it's like self-defeating at this point. How it does, how like it's I guess if anything, it's something that I've kind of like you know, tuned out altogether. Like yeah, like obviously this isn't my favorite Pokemon game. It's you have to come a long way to beat all the stuff that this might kill me. It yeah, the critical hit would do it, yeah. But yeah, yeah, well, this isn't my favorite, still isn't my favorite Pokemon game after having played it myself. I can see, like, I can see the vision, basically, and I can see how, you know, I can see aspects of it that I do like. Just how, simple and straight-laced the whole, like, direction of the game is. Although, like, you know, like, they can't all be... Games can't all be like that either. Otherwise I wouldn't be having this, appreciation for it. What was I even saying? I got the point that I was trying to make, like, midway through. I don't appreciate how steep this hill is. I do wish that I could have a little more freedom of movement. I keep holding on to hope that maybe something different will appear in the grass, but I just mentioned about how few things are actually doing that for me. Oh, hey Zeno. Nice to see you. I one-shot the Pokemon I kind of wanted to catch, just for, like, achievement's sake. I'm mighty proud of my bod, kiddo. Body positivity is good, but I don't think I'm the one who needs to hear that. Anyway, as a game, this is, oh my god, again, every single time. I need to stop leading in with, oh my god. We win these. Yeah. Oh my god. I am not comfortable being here, to be frank. But yeah, I feel like I went on this whole tirade and didn't even have an end point. No one's gonna take me seriously anymore. My reputation will be in tatters, shattered for a million decades to come. I was, for a moment, considering just leaving this road and going to the other side where more interesting Pokemon will be, but then I'll forget about it later. Yeah, so talking about this makes me want to replay some of those old Pokemon games from my childhood. All the DS games were like, were so good, so good. Like you know, like Harry Osborn in Spider-Man 3. It's like so good, yeah, or something along those lines. But yeah, I suppose I didn't really need to have a strong point to make. Not everything needs to have a moral, I guess. If we all had morals, the world would be. Was the smoke always yellow? Hang on, I've now hurt myself in confusion, much like this wheezing hopefully will. Yeah. If we all had morals in our stories, we'd be in world peace, and that might be. No, I can't say it even. I can't say these things even jokingly. I'm too weak-willed. Eventually we'll get there. Eventually we'll get there. I say eventually, that was like 2 turns of me attacking this. Not even like a problem. I'm really just whining at this point. Seriously, why is the smoke yellow? Did I turn colorblind in like the past 10 seconds? I see poison monster, I think purple. It's got purple on the body, but it's... I don't know. I might just be going insane. Oh, that guy's name was actually Virgil. I wish he had like a... I love racing downhill. It is my God-given duty to beat up every adult man in my vicinity. I support women's rights and women's wrongs. Maybe don't hang out near the fighting type Pokemon, yeah. It was mainly Mashop that was giving me grief, but it still feels prudent. Curious. It's the first time I've seen one of you, I think. Oh wait, yeah, this is happening again. Okay. Yep, okay. What? I'd rather not, thanks. Um, for a moment I was like trying to determine whether all of these, whether, like, whether all of these names meant something. They could just be names. Someone with, like, the same name. Could, two people with the same name could be very different in nature, I feel like. I don't know, that's just my personal theory on the, game theory, no. I leveled up my Pokemon, but it won't evolve. Why? He says leveled up like he knows he's in the video game. I think I know the problem, but I think it'd be funnier if I just didn't tell you. Teehee. I bet this is a problem that many kids had as well. I leveled up my Pokemon, why doesn't it evolve? I wish I had friends. That's the other... that's the other... That was just kind of me ad-libbing there. Not based on any personal experience, mind you. But I think it's also, like, relevant to the topic at hand. Why you? Can I answer your question? Hey, some Pokemon need element stones to evolve. It's the first time they use the term element instead of type. It's interesting. Be a rebel. I actually agree with one of these people for once, but I'm still gonna beat him up with the same amount of scrutiny. Why, hey. You go. Yeah, sure. Maybe I would have been fine, actually. I was gonna say, I think I'd want to burn it if I wasn't confident that this wouldn't kill. But I think the game was reading my thoughts just then. The age of humanity, yeah, is soon to fall. The age of the robot kind is upon us. I'm sorry to be the one to tell you this. Technically, it was the game that did that. It's kind of like, there's notice, don't throw the game, throw Pokeballs instead. Why? Okay, so the narrative is that I'm riding downhill. Why is there just a clear pond here? Like, no, you'd think it'd be like flowing like a river or something. Try to express the B button to stay in place while on the slope. That's actually so helpful. Except, I'm just gonna... All Pokemon are unique. Even Pokemon of the same species level grow at different rates. Watch out for discarded items. Give them to me. Give me the items. Hello, you. We're bikers. We're bikers. We rule the roads, man. I feel like this game had something to say about bikers, but I can't really, put my finger on it. You know, just by virtue alone of motorbikes being extremely loud, and I think I already dislike bikers anyway, so it's fine. Curious. Do I even... What do I even... How do I even... Oh, great. The confusion literally does not matter, I just wasted a turn. I'm going to call out these things as they come up, without exception, because I think that is just gonna... I think it's always poignant. And I would never notice if these things happen to me. Yeah, sure, get rid of that one. Smoked. Alright, I guess I have to use my own items now, don't I? It's not the same game as Ruby and Sapphire, but I hear the same instrumentation, and that makes me a little happier. If I just, like... Yeah, okay, so... This path next. I need a little exercise. It's a good thing I'm already on a bike. Thanks for explaining the reason behind your actions, man. Man, I keep forgetting all these funny little attack animations. I never feel this way in the newer games. It could just be a product of like nostalgia or something, but that's just how it is for me. I might just... I might just miss a 95 accurate move. Well, I guess it had to happen at some point. Just gotta change your perspective on it. You ever think about how... This is a random thought. You ever think about how in the Pokemon origin... Like, in the Pokemon, Pokemon Origins anime, Red literally picked a Pokemon that was the same color as his name. Like... His parents single-handedly changed the trajectory of his life by doing that. Curious. I'm suddenly gaining more appreciation for the lack of PP in Pokemon Legends ZA. Because all of this, yeah. Are you already at the end? Not quite. I'm crushed. Not a sentence I hear often. Maybe me lying down while while doing the live stream thing is actually like not helping me feel better. Just on the inside. I don't know. I don't know enough about psychology to prove or disprove that. Oh! That's not something you see every day. Wish I could carry that luck over to like the Elite Four or something. Now I'm just gonna keep doing that. And look, and just like that, I'm already out of ice beams. This hot new, not hot, it's ice. This hot new thing, new thing is already outlasted its not outlasted its welcome. I'm always welcome to have it, but it's not around anymore. And I think that's just sad for me specifically. Are you set? Not really. I think that's the problem I've been having, actually. Oh, I made it to the bottom. I am what I eat? I don't know about that one. What's upstairs? I have a compulsive need to check everything everywhere. Slowbro, full lick your tongue. No thanks. There are people swimming. There's no pools around here. I can only imagine the worst, but that's just how my brain is wired. Oh hey, I have one of those. I'm never gonna get to see it in the... Cut your trees down, people. They don't have a sign for Lapras? Lame. This town is incomprehensible. Recommend Paradise Safari Zone. That's forward from that direction, isn't it? The most essential features are not even on the main path of the road. At a certain point, getting mad at things, it just doesn't really help anymore, does it? All sorts of rare Pokémon are in the Safari Zone. Can't become a good trader, just wants to recommend raising many growing evenly is no task either. Actually, I think you'll find that I'm already quite adept in the ways of that particular field. At least as far as this game's standards go. Alright, I know I need to go to the Safari Zone. Just as the gods themselves intended. Why am I going in here? Oh, I want that. Why do you have that in your home? He lost his teeth. I can't see them on the sprite, therefore they aren't there. I now have a good rod. Unlike in real life. I don't feel the need to elaborate on this further. Why is the mart behind it? Am I getting these Pokédex entries by seeing these guys? It would be nice to think such things could happen to me, like such convenient things could happen to me. Fairly certain that I haven't, or have I seen a Kangaskhan? I don't even know anymore. I may have lost all control of my life. You know, you can kind of see how far we've come from days of old. Catching one is all up to chance, see? Okay, I'm certain I haven't come across a Chansey. I'd have to go back to the go search for the VOD to see if that entry was there before or not. Do I enter the Safari Zone from there? But behind is all this. I'm confused. I don't like being confused. Makes me feel confused. Didn't they have any pennants promoting the Safari Zone? Have activated lights out, there aren't even any. I'm gonna need these. Probably not right now, but these. Buy some of these. Yeah, I can buy some of these now. I was thinking like all the big fancy Pokemon are still a little ways away, but I can still catch some other stuff with them. What's the point of this house if the if it's not the Safari Zone, but it's also promoting the Safari Zone? Gordon Slowpoke is running a promotion campaign right now. Try to get to the farthest corner of Safari Zone. If you make it, you win a very convenient prize. Convenience is a word. What if I couldn't understand either speech problem? That's right, yeah. Hang on, let me go back, actually. Yeah, the text boxes are all just yes or no. I think that's probably like, you know... I think that's probably like a sign of the times as well. They probably can afford to fit much in there or program much else in there. and it brings to mind the where did you come from kid from like Pokemon. I don't remember if it was in Ruby Sapphire, but Emerald, and they also returned in Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. Where'd you come from? Yes/no. That was a good one. I liked that one. Spice catch them all. You can also bait or rocks besides Safari Balls. This is another thing that kind of got phased out. Like throwing rocks at Pokemon is like, it's, it is as it sounds. Why am I... I don't understand why the, do I have to? Did I get a Nidoran before? I don't know these things, but I guess I can just give it a go. Also, we were in fact talking about how, you know, it's dangerous to be in this, like, it's dangerous to not protect yourself around wild Pokemon, and here I am, without a Pokemon, daring to throw rocks at it as well. Just like the picture of goodness that I am. Oh, there are 4 zones, and they actually separate the zones. West center area? This way? I do kind of want you. I did at one point consider using man. Oh man. I did at one point consider using a few, like, Safari Zone Pokemon for my team. But I don't, you know, at the time I also wasn't really, thinking much about where to get them. That much kind of came second. But I am glad about where I am right now. I'd probably say that no matter what path I took. Maybe. The last time I explicitly, like, planned out a team was, like, Sun and Moon, and that one I actually don't feel very proud of. A lot of shared weaknesses and not a lot of, like, not a lot of, team, like, synergy. Well, I don't know about synergy, but, like, a lot of the team just didn't cover many many of the purposes I needed them to. We'll restore. Are you the guy? You guys are not it. I only have 405 seconds to... I have 405 seconds, aka steps. I'm playing super hot right now. Time only moves when I move. That's a fun way to look at it. This is where the inspiration came from. I'm allowed to say that, and people will believe it. I've not actually played. Time declines only when you walk. Yeah, as I was saying. And they deliberately made this place so maze-like. Like, with so many dead ends and things specifically to waste your time. It's actually quite abhorrent. Man, why would you do this to me? The Safari Zone is there for me to catch Pokemon, so I'm going to catch Pokemon. For what purpose? I don't even know. Steel Wing. Cool. Brickdean. I need that for my bones. Wait, no, that's not the one. Time declines even when I'm in here. Maybe you want to flare and friends even turn to fake and I wonder why. You're on a type, you try for all of them at once. I've run out of time speaking to you guys. You guys aren't even giving me anything. I'm specifically here to do just that. Find the person who will give me something. Something I need to progress the game, and then they make the place so maze-like. With so many dead ends and so many winding paths. I'm going to have a conniption. I'm having a conniption right now. I'm going to have a stroke. That's a little unrelated. They really named such a cute question mark, mostly dopey looking Pokemon. And they gave it the freaking name Execute. Execute. Find the gold teeth. Of course they had to be gold as well. Double team. Why not go for more? Are you the gay? Gay? You're the guy. Are you gay? Why are you gay? Congratulations, you won. Finally, yes. That's a surprise tool that'll help us later. I can't even move the screen down if I don't. Oh hey! The gold teeth were in fact nearby. How about that? Might as well make the rest of my time here. I don't know why I felt such admiration for how Rhyhorn looks like only now, or specifically now in this moment. I just thought, oh hey, cool, a Rhyhorn. That was like the extent of my thought process. Also, life hack. I'm shuffling back and forth. I'm not stepping. I think I've heard statistically throwing balls is the best way, is like always the best way to go about the Safari Zone. Like literally nothing else matters. Or nothing else matters, like, or is reliable in any way. What would happen to a Paris if you cut off the mushrooms on it? We need to know this for science. Also, Loki kinda glad that I didn't decide to raise a Pokemon from the Safari Zone, because I think I would have gone mad just like finding even just one. But instead, I'm just here for the love of the game. And boy, do I love games. Alright, I said I was here for the love of the game, but this is getting kind of ridiculous. Give me something new, please. That certainly works. I just lose all my balls. Man, I wish. Nice. I can now say that I have a Rhyhorn. It's gonna have, like, a calm nature, and Massive bones are 1,000 times harder than human bones. A staff can knock a savvy trailer flying. You know, I don't suppose, like, a Pichu is very sturdy. What would happen if you stepped in battle against that? Are we gonna talk about the repercussions? No? Okay. I would appreciate having, like, I say I say that I would appreciate having Kangaskhan, but I don't need it. Except for, like, filling in Pokédex entries. I specifically need at least 2 more people to actually do that. I'm getting out of here. I think I've had enough, actually. If I have 500 steps, and I don't use every single one of them to full effect, the King of the Seas. Is it? I don't know about that one. Anyway. I don't think I'm allowed to... I don't remember if I got what I need to use Surf outside of battle, but I am going to teach it, because it is the superior water type move. Wait, what other TM did I have? Flash, yes, okay. I just jammed them into his mouth. Thank you, let's hear that. No one can understand a word I said, not one. I was too ashamed to show my face around the office even. So with you trouble. Nice. I hit you before you find strength. Find the secret house in the Safari Zone? Yes, I did. So now that we have our mobility abilities, I think you're probably waiting for me to say something, like I'm gonna... like, you're waiting for me to say something specific, but unfortunately for you, I am unspecific. I'm just gonna take a walk up by the bay. Listen, these Pokemon aren't gonna be, like, XP shit. I 50. How is this the one, like, how is this the road that stumps me? Wait, what's I summon what? I can summon bad Pokemon. They literally expect me to just level up every single Pokemon. Like, every single Pokemon I find. That's probably why some of these fights are feeling a bit easy, if I had to guess. But it's okay, I probably don't even need the XP share anyway. Doing pretty well on my own. Hang on a second. I feel as though I have found a gaping hole in my team strategy. Is that I only have like one dude who can effectively deal with the flying types. Well, not a dude, but I don't know why I said it like that. Oh, how tragic for you that is. What's your deal? You'd think I'd be in trouble in here, but you don't think. That much is clear when I destroy you with my crystal clear beam. Yeah, this is more works at speed, I think. Water Pulse served its purpose for all of one entire route. And then I just kinda like tossed it aside, didn't I? Oh well, yeah, whatever. Is it only Pokémon with 3 major appendages that use Tri-Attack? I don't know why I thought of that and why I thought it felt like that. But feels a little bit on the nose for specifically for the ones I can come up with at the top of my head that do that. That being Dodria and Magneton. And the secret third option that I just don't... oh right, Porygon. Okay, that's kind of like one of the exceptions to that rule. Probably more exceptions. I probably shouldn't have used Ice Beam so willy-nilly. Well, the less evolved one is the one to do it on. To try my, and this is what I get. This is what I get for not going for the kill. And I continue to pay for my crimes. I wonder if I can get to the Pokémon Center in a timely manner. I do have to, like, run around a cliff, basically, in order to get to that place. So I might just be screwed. Hmm. Kindra. Almost a Kingdra, like the Pokémon. How you hanging? You should be fine. If I just keep on keeping on. I'm not counting. I'll count now. 31, 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21. 21. Alright. Back to business. Yes, I am cheap as hell. What about it? I dealt with you, did I? Yeah. Twins. Twins but not. I respect my protection because I live alone. And these are the harsh realities of the hood that they don't tell you about in real life. Or rather, that's not what I was that's not the point I was going for there, but it just kind of went in that direction, didn't it? You fool, I know all of your weaknesses. Because I know my own. That Pokemon's weakness is being called a poo-poo baby and being insulted and telling them they're not loved. That would hurt just about anyone, I think. Not speaking from experience, by the way. Whatever you could construe from that. I've noticed that the pixels, the eyes are bordered by, like, are bordered by some of the light blue pixels they use for, like, shading, and I don't think I'll ever see it a different way again. Just like that, Floatzilla is already almost on par with the rest of the team. I literally barely used it before this point, and we've made great strides with it regardless. I'm actually quite impressed. There are still bikers on this lane. I don't carry cash, I use credit card. Yippee. Fire. Not all starter types were created equal. I feel like the best thing Grass has going for it is its looks. Like, who could forget Decidui? I almost made a fool of myself there, just kind of defeated my own point. But yeah, there's that one. And then Yaskarada. I don't think people care enough about the rest of them. I like them personally, but I don't know. I think there are very specific reasons why the two aforementioned ones are as popular as they are. What about the rest of them, actually? Also, it does kind of beg the question of like, I have to cut the freaking. They want me to use cut all the time. Yeah, they had the whole freaking personality match with the like the 3 starter types. Are you quiet? Are you rash? Or are you restless? That or like raging hot or whatever they describe the fire type. Anyway, those are the 3 genders apparently. I don't know. I think for a time I was like mainly in Team Water, but obviously Legend ZA was not part of that rule. What do man. I have a very specific plan for Totoro. It might, even though it might take a while, but regardless, I personally feel like Sleep Talk is less reliable because if it picks rest or if it picks a non-effective move, then it's kaput. Wide open spaces, just like the wild. I wish I could go to the wild. I'm just gonna keep attacking. Brother. Oh, here's a good scam account name. Mass-produced Toei. Yeah. I get the mass-produced part. That's the that's the yeah, that's the most honest part about that name. Honestly, just tell me you hate me and you think my content sucks at this point. I think that would probably somehow be less of a hassle if the spam bots if the spam bots just did that, because it's very obvious that that's why they're going after someone as small as I. I've Lord forgive me and back to my old habits. I've self-deprecated myself once again. More than once it's been. I think. I don't know how to count anymore. My mind has just been reverted to playing games and just playing games. And just playing games and just playing games. Man. What's your deal? I'm not into it, but okay. Oh, I'm sorry to bother you, man. But also, technically you talks to me. So I don't think that's really, is a thing that you say that's normal. You know what? I've come up with another thing I think I want to talk about in regards to the stuff I've been talking about earlier. So like, I don't know. I suddenly just, basically I suddenly had a worry that mayhaps, I was like, me sticking to habits was somehow, something... me sticking to habits is something that's droning me down, but I feel like, if anything, it should be the thing that, keeps me on the straight and narrow. Just like... personality-wise. I don't know why that's, why I thought that in particular. I don't really know a lot of what I do. I might just be projecting a little. I just want some. Maybe I just want something interesting to happen. But like, what could be more interesting than me doing what I'm doing right now, essentially. I think Ice Beam is still like off the cards on PP. No, it's 7. What am I talking about? Nothing good. Winged Mirages. Now that's a, the guy named Donald has a duck in his in his party. If that naming thing, if I didn't know any better, I would have thought that naming thing was real. This is actually interesting information for people who don't know more about Pokemon and are willing to talk to people and learn about it. But as you can see, I'm a bit forward on the bend around that. Have you taught Pokemon how to play with Soul with it through the sky? Still a little bummed out that frickin' Golbat can't learn fly, but Crobat can, and I've been barred from... How many times have I mentioned this, and how many more times is it gonna be? Probably a lot. And it'll keep going on until I beat the Elite Four, get the National Dex, and actually be able to do it. That will be the happiest day of my life playing this game. I really don't remember much else about playing this game because I was sharing with my siblings, and I think they did most of the work for me. I just kind of walked around and beat people up. I'm gonna trauma dump for a second. I used to have a level 100 Sceptile grown organically in Pokemon Ruby, and then we had the idea of like trading a starter Pokemon, but to do that we had to raise it from the beginning. And I accidentally saved over, like, because you have to save before you trade, I accidentally saved over that file, and it was the saddest day of my life playing that game. Level 100 Sceptile. I taught it Dragon Claw, and it absolutely tore through the Elite Four. There was nothing to gain from that. I just really, enjoyed beating people up, I guess. The next best Pokemon I had was a level 50 Crobat. Could be where I got my, how I came to like Crobat so much, I don't know. Anyway, that was my tale of woe. Oh, bummer. Thanks for listening, guy. Anyway, I don't have the item finder, so I don't know why I'm trying to do that. Sure, why not? Soaking up all the experience I can to give myself the best advantage for what comes next. What does come next? If I had better memory, I could tell you that there's a 12 level deficit. I don't know how much good this is doing, but I'm gonna do it anyway. And despite Gerber's best efforts, it wasn't strong enough. But it will be. This is my training arc. This is how I persevere. I gotta prove it. Prove it so I can move it. I kinda wish they'd put the other GBA games onto just the Switch shop so we could so that we could, for whatever it's worth, complete the complete the national dex in the Gen 3 video games. It's a very specific thing to want to have. Somehow it feels just a little incomplete though. For this very specific thing that I think statistically most people who get the game never actually do. Off topic, but how did people expect them to do that back in the day? because I mentioned the difficulty about having to trade a non-leveled up starter Pokemon. Well, I guess in Gen 3 you could also Ditto breed, but unless you never Ditto, you need to find someone who picks those starters, and then... Oh, again. Just taunting me with something I can't attain. Why would you do this to me? The wind's gonna blow into you and knock you down. It's happened to me once. It's actually never happened to me, but it came pretty close one day. Don't mess with the wind, man. Don't mess with the wind man either. Would that be a man who summons wind or a man made of wind? That I don't know, but both of those are really unique concepts for sure. Avatar: The Last Windman. That's I don't know anymore. I don't think I ever knew to begin with. The wind's turned. Just as I warned you, buddy. You gotta listen to me when I say these things. Wait, actually, I think Totoro's stuff is, yeah. I'm pretty low, but I'm gonna do it anyway. If nothing else, you probably learn pattern recognition much more easily from seeing what type of Pokemon each of these guys bring out. But I guess they had to merge, like, the poison and fighting types for these regular trainers. I don't want to have to deal with that long term. Wait. Snorlax is faster than something. Something 10 levels below it and not particularly fast either. But I feel like I gotta chalk that one up for the count. So now what? I'm fine. Did you think I wasn't fine? Oh, I only have one of those left. Oh, well. Why don't I have a... well, I would have a team member that can fly if have you been listening? If if you've been listening, then you'd know I wouldn't have this problem if like this game would just, like, let me do the things I set out to do that by all accounts should be available, given that the mechanics are the same. Like, I don't know how many times I can say this. A lot. Could be the only thing that's I use my breath, like, that comes out of my breath until I literally die. I had to say literally, just as a point of emphasis, even though I don't think there was much room for interpretation there. I totally won. What's the deal with this sign over here? Hang on. Look to the left of that post. What? To the left? Maybe they're telling me how to get out of the maze, but I'm just here looking like a doofus, trying to pick up whatever I can find off the floor. What movie is this again? Uh-huh. Nah, fam. I do have a plan for Mimian, believe it or not. Oh, there's still nothing here. Why? Wait, what? I'm just taken aback, man. How do I get back to where I was? At this point, I feel like I got to just tough it out. Much as this situation just tells me to. Oh, I was wondering when I'd find one of these, and I'm very glad that I did. Wait, they were standing next to each other, but they're not actually... They're not actually, like, double battle. Alright, hit me. Sorry, that was a weird laugh. But it's nice when something bad happens to the AI in this situation. It's nice when bad things happen to AI in any situation. Pop the bubble. Pop the bubble. Pop the bubble. I didn't like the way you said that. I'm like a child, girly. That hit was indeed critical. You really do have to praise these sprite artists for adding depth to these pixelated models. Why would you call me that? That hurt my feelings. Feminism. Hair patches are too cool. Me, when I put together an eater bag and go to a con and someone points it out. I thought I was safe for a moment. Grew up here using tackle at level 38, fully evolved, mind you. Thanks. I needed that. I needed a break. I'm seeing a slight deficit in levels between literally just two spaces apart, like that you would just go through naturally. I went through naturally on the opposite side, but if you were doing this on the intended pathway, I think you would also feel a surprise similar to what I was feeling just then. It's nice that you found carvers. It's good to have the nutrients that you need. Brother. Water sport. Me when I go surfboarding. Me when I see a surfboarder. Cool. The end of that road should just be up ahead, right? More cut spots. I don't even really feel like I don't really feel motivated to actually go back and do all that. I just wanna go home, man. Wait a minute. Looks around the room. I am home. That was fast. How to use Pidgey and Pidgeotto instead of whatever the hell I'm doing. What's catching? You never know what you could catch. That's what they all say. I did not need to overly prepare for where I'm at right now. Literally, even a tackle could kill it. Let's see if history repeats itself. Okay, well, okay, the critical hit was instrumental to the vision, but still. Oh no, someone lost their fishy. There's items around here and I need to... Who lives here? I already have the, I already have all the rugs. Was I supposed to go? Was I supposed to go up this way? I've hurt myself in confusion, much like a Pokémon would when they are in the confused status. I think I made that joke already. Alright. Me when I go back to Ghost Town. And it just isn't great. Now prepare as I enact the multi-step assembly guide to just simply go back to where I was. That's all there is to it. Can this dude learn... I really thought I'd have Rock Smash by this point. Yeah, okay, its burns are like... Its burns are made out of gelatin. It's like 2 centimeters in width. It's got hollow bones, but it can carry me on its back just fine. Could have used literally any old guy to do that. Alright. Time for the moment we've all been waiting for, and lordy have we been waiting. I forgot my game plan. This will probably be okay though, I think. Maybe it won't. There we go, the Poisonous Ninja Master. the making to introduce restricted places riddled with visible walls. Go might appear close, but he's blocked off. You'll have to find gaps in the walls to reach him. This is such a great, that is definitively not a, there's definitively not a poison-type Pokemon. I think I'm in the wrong building. I don't think I want to be here anymore. I also thought that maybe my problems would have been resolved if I just, like, I thought I was done with Psychic Hell, basically. But I guess not. Oi oi oi. Deviate my special techniques. I guess you would get pretty sick of poison types just from freaking all the time spent with Team Rocket and those bikers. Yeah, I'm kind of seeing the vision here. I hate you. I really hate you. Oh, hey, nice. Learns Rain Dance organically. I did have a, something I wanted to do. I was in two minds about it because I wasn't sure if I could afford to set up for too long. But I guess that's a non-issue. What I was doing when I did that. Now, how many more hoops will I have to jump through in order to make it to where I want to be? I know your games, and quite frankly I don't partake. Wait. Snorlax was faster than those Drowsy. Is that normal? Why don't we just pretend for the sake of argument? Man, he gave me his life story and I just beat him up. This person's not a juggler. I'm left to wonder if that means the changes in Pokemon. I do have a long history of using animals. I don't remember. Oh no, I don't. No, put that thing away. That's not an appropriate thing to have. Just realized that could be construed in a couple different ways. But I prefer not to think about that. Floatzel can absolutely afford to set up with that HP and special defense. But I just wish it was a little faster. I just wish I wouldn't get poisoned so much. Oh, you made a mistake showing your face today. Not all of these really seem to be like animals a ninja would use, though. Oh no, not my attack stat. Whatever will I do? I took psychic damage from that poison. I actually felt like some essence of migraine come along when that happened. I can't believe that I didn't end its life right then and there. How weird. What? He's a furry too? That makes it even worse. The fact that he's taming animals with a whip and he is the... This raises so many questions and I don't care to answer any of them. So I'm just gonna pretend none of this ever happened. How's that sound to everyone? It's gonna be another tamer, isn't it? The famed invisible walls of Fuchsia Gym have been... They intended to make us frustrated! Oh my goodness. Well, I guess I can't fault them for that. I do feel things. I misread slash for a second. I thought it was splash and I thought I was safe, and that was my first mistake. My second mistake was thinking that it had any chance whatsoever. Oh, that should be their mistake, but at the same time, I kind of fell into that metric of error as well, didn't I? Man, you asked for one thing. got it. What you've got is it. I don't remember if Kurga historically has... or which poison types Kurga historically has. I vaguely feel like Venomoth. I have vague recollection of Venomoth being like a recurring thing. Please get that thing away from me. Perhaps you didn't hear me the first time, or perhaps you just didn't care, but I would like to reiterate. Get that thing away from me, please. As long as there's nothing... oh my god. No, wait, he's from the start. As long as there's nothing else going on in this life, I think I'm ready to give this man a world of strife. The question is who to lead in with. Oh. I didn't leave that question up for long because I just kind of like went at it, didn't I? Wahahaha. A mere child like you dares to challenge me. The very idea makes me shiver with mirth. Very well. I shall show you true terror as a ninja master. Poison for spring steady doom. Sleep renders foes helpless. Despair to the creeping horror of poison-type Pokémon. I'm doing like a voice that I think a child would probably come up with when reading it to a child or something. I realize that doesn't really come off as intimidating. But here we go. Muck doing muck things, yeah. What else is new? That's not good for my bottom line. Neither is that. If it could... It was literally 5% of accuracy deficit did that. I honestly don't really trust myself to land all these hits, so I'm just putting this in as like a, you know, just as principle for that. I guess it didn't matter too much, anyway. Wanted to assure my victory, that was it. This is getting kind of old, yeah. You know... do you know how many coughings I've seen today, my guy? No? Okay. That's just how the cards get played down, isn't it? Yeah. As I was saying, cards are stacked against me. I hate you. Why do you have to do this to me specifically? It honestly didn't matter in the end. I tried so hard and got so far. And I still got 5. It just came at a price. The price is my sanity. You have proven your worth. Here, take the soul badge. Now that you have the soul badge, the defense of your Pokémon rises. It also lets you use Surf outside of battle. Ah, take this too. Didn't even use the move that he promotes here. Sealed within that TM06 lies Toxic. It's a secret technique dating back some 400 years ago. And to inflict by Toxic, Pokemon suffers more and more. Surface worse injections battle wears on. Surely you would terrorize foes, yeah. I have to go through the secret maze even though I... Oh my gosh. It's a good thing I have a reasonably good sense of direction. How's Firefox holding on? Barely. 28, 27, 26, 25, 24. What's up, my guy? It's amazing how Ninja can terrify even now. 24. I know Mimian's not gonna appreciate the costs that came with this battle, but it's I suppose that's the way the Cookie Crumble, Cookie Deluxe, I don't know. There's one more thing I want to do today, and I'm specifically doing it on stream for no reason in particular, just to say that I just want people to see my vision. I can fly to the rock tunnel Pokemon Center? Neat. Wait, but that doesn't really help me at all, does it? Oh, it does. This is the first time I'm surfing. What? I thought I was holding something somewhere, somehow. I don't want to talk to you. I came here for one specific thing. I don't know where that thing is. I just read it that it was around here. The thing I'm going in here for is not the thing that you probably think I'm doing here. I ought to use this on someone. Probably you, huh? You seem like you could use it. Oh my gosh, my ears. Yeah, I think Godzilla has the lower special attack. A special attack. I sure hope I'm not out of my depth, even for this one thing I'm doing. I really do like this remix. I don't suppose I'm getting out of this one. It's like the most damning thing you could do to me. The fact that you move first kind of asserts my initial thought. I'll catch you, why not? Man. Maybe life isn't good. Maybe it doesn't have to be good. sometimes in life. I literally forgot whether I had Voltorb or not. So this is just, I don't think I saw the, nothing explodes with little or no provocation. It's amazing how it can survive even after exploding. Not many things can do that. Real or fictional. There we go. Alright, y'all, I'll be back in the morn. The morn, not just any morn. Wait, where's my, I'm sure I picked up at least one. There it is. Yeah. I mentioned before that I, had a plan that I was on the fence of. Well, this plan will put Pokemon on the fence of life. I guess there's no point, I guess there's not much point delaying it any further. Here we go. 120 power. Put that next to Rain Dance. My victory is assured. I'm just realizing now it's basically the same power as Surf and Ice Beam. I'm putting in extra steps for something that will just about break even, but it'll give me but I'm telling myself that it will come into play later. It might be better if I had something like this on another Pokemon, but you know what? Weeball. Water types be damned. Flying and ice types be damned. Floatzilla strikes fear into the hearts of all of those types. Now, I think that was like the only person to get a funded team in this entire game, so I'm sure. So, so it's really all or nothing. And here I am saving the game to make it permanent. All right. I almost feel bad for ending stream now, but what do you want me to do? Get stranded on an island, like, and be stuck? Like, and exhausted at the same time? Do they have a PSA about swimming and getting, like, and like getting like, you know, being tired, not to be tired while swimming or anything? I don't know, but either way, that's how the cookie crumbles, and that's how my opponents will crumble in the future. There are very specific targets that that the Thunderstrats will ultimately target, but I still think it's quite it's gonna be quite a doozy. I hope it's you know, at a certain point I think my life depends on it. I'm putting too much weight on the decision I've already made and set in stone. But anyway, next time on Dragon Ball Z, See you next time, everyone.